Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Proof of Person. Happy fucking Friday. Today we have Alan with us, CEO of Invention Network, as our main guest. Alan, thank you for joining the show and taking the time. How are you doing today?
Hey, good morning. Happy Friday. I'm doing great, man. I just want to say a huge thank you to you. I'm honored to be here, and there's so many guests you could have brought on, and for anybody listening, there's so many people you could be listening to, and it means the world to me. You'd spend some time with me. Whether it's 2 people listening or 2 million people listening, I'm so inspired by you, Blue, for building community in this crazy AI slop world. Real people matter, and what you're doing is it's incredible. So thanks for having me.
I appreciate it so much, man, and honored. It's a topic that I love to talk about. I think it's so underrated, and we need to bring the invention as a whole, as a concept, as an idea, as a person, way more to out there in Web3 and Web2 and in our daily lives. So it's super excited for today. Again, thank you for taking the time and being here with us. We want to learn everything about what you're building.
Yeah, right on, man. I will say it's 1 minute in, and I'm already feeling my energy go up from you. And so
let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Maybe.
Sorry to interrupt. Before we go in, do you mind doing a quick TLDR on you, and then we go into the?
Yeah, certainly. Since this is about people and humanizing, I'll give a little bit more of a vulnerable, direct overview who the heck I am. And just like you and any of the audience, we all wear different hats. We all wear so many different hats. And I happen to wear four different hats. First and foremost, the most important hat is I'm a dad. I've got 2 little girls. I've got a 4-year-old, almost 4, and 18 months. And you know that because I've got this badass friendship bracelet that they just made.
Nice.
They just made me. I'm rocking. So I'm a dad, number 1. Number 2, I'm a founder. I've been so lucky to build and sell 5 different companies, all different industries, all different kinds of business models. Along the way, I've raised, $100 million, 100 different VCs and angels. I love the 0 to 1. I love it so much. And which brings me to hat number 3, which is the operator. So I've been a program director running a hard tech incubator, helping spin out technology out of universities. It's where I fell in love with invention, the act of invention, for the first time. I've been the CTO of the world's largest Bitcoin miner. Imagine managing 600,000 ASIC rigs in the people market. I've been the chief operating officer at Eigenlayer, one of the world's largest staking businesses. Anyways, had a lot of interesting operational roles. The last hat I wear is an investor. I'm a very active angel investor in 70 plus companies. I'm an LP in a dozen funds. Nothing gives me more joy and excitement than supporting, being the first check in a fund or the first check for a founder. And I also spent some time at Blockchain Capital, doing venture capital professionally. And so that's a bit about me. That's like the person behind the person, right? A few different hats.
That a million questions, but first one, and I'm sure everyone's thinking the same. Like, when do you find the time to be everything, to be everyone at the same time in 24 hours? What do you think is the best time management?
Oh my goodness,
skill that you found most? Yeah.
There's this funny expression which I didn't understand for a long time, which was, if you want something done, give it to the busiest person you know. And it was very confusing.
Yeah.
And I think what happens is, just like, with exercise and progressive overload or biology and hormetic stressors, like, you adapt and you evolve. And so, it's not like I started my career good at time management. I didn't use a calendar, for years. And now having kiddos and the best possible life hack is an incredible life co-founder, my wife. Right, my wife. Like I couldn't do a tenth of what I'm doing without her holding down the fort. And but no, I mean, look, man, I start early. I'm up. If, I'm looking at my calendar now. It's like 4 a.m. I'm up. 4 to 7 a.m. That's my time. That's deep work time. And then it's dad duty. Right, 7 to 8:30. Pack the lunch, make breakfast, do dance party in the morning, and then it's I'm working until 5, and it's family time. It's dinner, and then I try to be asleep by 9 p.m. 10 p.m. Yeah, do it all again.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I think the key is that it's just waking up at 4 a.m. I woke up at 4:30 today. I have phases what I do. I don't know, for a month 4 a.m. and then the holidays happened, so it was a bit unstable, and so many like family and events, so that wrecked my schedule a little bit. But I think the key is 4 a.m. Even Kobe says it, like like so many successful people. You have your me time, and then you get into the day, and then family at the end.
Yeah, it's sort of this piece of I think I spent a lot of time, probably like a lot of listeners, reading productivity blog posts and books and podcasts, and the truth is time can't really be managed. Your activities and your energy can be managed, and I wear a whoop and I pay attention to my health, and as long as your energy is staying consistent and positive and moving in the right direction, you take on more and more work. And there's periods of time where I'm not productive, right? And I just want to like defeat the myth, like right now about like the tech bro robot. Like there's days that suck, right? There's days I don't want to get out of bed, or there's days where I work until 2 a.m. and I'm fucked the next day, and I'm stealing productivity from the next day. And it's just about compounding and playing this long-term game around your energy. And I'm so fortunate. I have a great life co-founder. And then some great work co-founders that kick my ass if I get out of line.
Love to hear that, man. Yeah, a great team is pivotal. But yeah, like let's get into everything. You mentioned network. For starters, and before we get into actually everything, how did you join Web3? You mentioned Bitcoin, and you were already involved with a few projects, and then leading to the idea of the invention network.
Yeah, I think a lot of founders like to tell these glamorous revisionist histories about how they heard about crypto, right? And the classic one is like, oh, it was like 2008, and Hal Finney and I were on Bitcoin Talk. So that's bullshit, I think the truth for a lot of people in this industry is like, hey, you heard about a way to make money on the internet, right? Some friend of yours or friend of a friend, or you saw a post, and the first time you discounted it, and the second time you discounted it, and then you took moves. And in my case, when I was at the tech incubator, one of the founders that went through was working at Coinbase, and that was in 2016. And so this is my 10-year anniversary in crypto, man. 10 years in the trenches. And he crypto pilled me. And I maxed out my credit cards at the time. I think I had $11,000 of like credit limit, and I went all in on Ethereum, and we can talk about that story another time. But I think the truth is, what brought me to crypto sort of what was the speculative energy and the opportunity to earn, but what has kept me here is something far greater and deeper. And I have a lot to say about this, but I'll just say, like, crypto is not an industry. Web3 is not an industry. It's a human drive to be subversive. Like, I think of crypto as the human urge or the human drive to build systems, coordination systems, permissionlessly, that can't be controlled. And that's been called all different things in the past. There's pirate radio, it was open source software, it was cypherpunks. Now we call it crypto. But the people that are in this industry are iconoclastic and revolutionary. And yeah, you come for the speculation, but you stay because you're a part of something. You're a part of a movement, part of belonging. We're doing something. And it sucks that, there's so much casino energy and scam energy, and it undermines why we're here. So anyways, that's my little TED talk for you.
No, it connects with everything else. So keep going with it. Yeah, and we all, I think we all have that same feeling of wanting to be part of something that transcends. Maybe build something big enough that it leaves a legacy. And I think that's one of the purposes that you are here with the invention network. Do you remember when you first thought about the idea of the invention network? Can you take us there real quick and that feeling of like of what was missing or what you thought was like this needs to be done because X or Y?
Yeah, and I realize before I go into that story, I just want to give you permission, and I want to give any of the listeners permission to ask tough questions. I think so many times I don't know about you or your listeners, I hear some founder give a talk and it's like totally performative, and it's chilling their fucking bags and that's not what I want to do, right? So if anybody has hard questions, like ask them. Like I'm going to answer them. Now, I'm not going to tell you my private keys. Right?
Damn it, that was going to be the first question.
Yeah, but anything else is fair game. Like let's do
it. Let's open up properly.
Yeah.
Let's be real.
If you see questions in the comments or whatever, if you've got something, feel free. Okay, so look, the story. The story of Invention Network is a deeply personal one, and it's different than all the 5 companies that I've started before. The truth is, a lot of the companies that I started before, I would sort of classify as trades. Mm-hmm. I saw a market opportunity. I built a team. I raised money. I executed on the trade, and I sold the business, or I did the TGE or whatever. And a few months ago, I guess it would have been January, 6-7 months ago, I had a series of personal tragedies hit my friends and family that I won't dox anything too much here, but I had to confront mortality for the first time. I'm 33 years old, and so I haven't had a lot of my friends and family get really sick or pass away or be in nasty accidents, but I had a whole bunch at the same time. And let me tell you, like, explaining to your 3.5-year-old kid about disease or death, it's fucking hard. It's really hard. And so anyways, so I went through this, like, let's call it third life crisis, where I looked at how I was spending my time. I looked at how I was spending my time, and I thought to myself, man, if what happened to some of my friends or family happened to me, how would I be remembered? So I wrote my own eulogy. It's crazy. It's a crazy idea. Yeah, you write your own. If I died today, how would my daughters think of me? How would my friends think of me? How would my colleagues think of me? And let me just tell you, that's not a casual life hack task, right? That's like you commit to it, you marinate in it, and it kicks your ass. And so I did this, and what came out of it was profound, and it has reshaped the entire trajectory of my life, my career, my family. I've done little things like, I eat healthier. I coach my daughter's soccer team. I'm like but I've done really big career things, like leaving Eigen, which was an incredible job and a highly paid role, and to come and start the Invention Network, because what I want to do for the rest of my career is work at an intersection, the intersection of what gives me great joy and purpose and meaning, and what the world fiercely needs. And for me, I love helping inventors. Now, we'll talk about who an inventor is, but it's a founder, it's a scientist, it's an entrepreneur, it's an internet worker. There's all these types of inventors. I love helping them. It's why I invest. It's why I build companies. But doing that at the scale of one-on-one work, that's not moving the needle for our species. It's not affecting the scale that I want. So I must build a system to do that. That's the Invention Network. And so I'm going to spend the rest of my life building this community to unleash inventor energy and support every inventor as if I was there with them, right? How could I do that? Crazy goal, audacious goal. The people that invested, the people that joined the team, share this belief that the most important thing that we can be working on is giving people their shot. Yeah, I'll pause there. Yeah.
I love it, man. I got goosebumps multiple times, and it reminded me of one of my favorite quotes, and I'm sure of others as well. With here's the crazy ones, the misfits, the troublemakers, the ones that are crazy enough to change the world are the ones that do, right? So, no, man, incredible. I'm so glad you're building this and that we got to talk about it today. And I mean, everything else that you have ahead. But yeah, that helping people, and it's such an ambitious goal, as you were saying. But I'm sure you're breaking it down into little pieces to make it work as in a proper plan. So, yeah, what's happening?
What is it? Like, what the hell is it?
Exactly, like just like breaking it down for people to understand a little bit more of like the actual
Are you suggesting the spinning monolith doesn't answer all your questions?
We can end it here, you know. But
so yeah, look, it's a crazy audacious goal, and I've totally flipped how I've run businesses in the past. So historically in the past, right, the things that I've started, I was hyper legible and descriptive on what the specific product was for, the calls to action, the marketing, the ads, everything was very on the nose, and I would execute a campaign, and then sell the business, and that's totally different to what I'm doing. What I'm doing here, I started with a video. I started with a master plan. Yeah, this crazy video that like all my friends are teasing me about.
No, but, it's so good though.
Yeah. No, what I've started with is I've started with hard commitment. So what I wanted to do was create a container, a vessel to keep me locked in for the rest of my career. So not only have I committed in writing, I've committed to investors, I've committed to my team, and now I've committed on video on the internet that I'm going to spend the rest of my career at the Invention Network. That's like step one before like, what is the thing? Now, what is the thing? I'll tell you what the thing is. So at the end of the day, you can think of us like a holding company, and we build businesses to help the most ambitious people in the world. And there are 3 that we have our eye on right now. And in the next few weeks, we'll be progressively revealing more information about them. The first one, as we went out and did customer discovery, and based on my career, is supporting actual scientists and academics in universities, like hard tech, deep tech. And this is some of the bread and butter from my career. I spent 3 years doing that work. And so what we did is we went out and we bought a business. We bought a pre-existing business that actually is custom built to support the university and the tech transfer office to scale and commercialize their technology. We'll reveal more about that. It's sort of like under embargo right now. We have PR stuff going, but that's the first leg of this. So it's our first product in this holding company. The second customer persona of inventor that we want to support is the founder. It's the one that I've been supporting as an investor and as an advisor for such a long time. What do founders need? They need money and they need access. And so what are we going to do here? It's a fund. We have a venture fund focused on supporting what we call inventor energy, which would be founders that are so tenacious and so, like, I mean, you remind me of somebody with a lot of inventor energy, somebody who is so fired up, they're going to run through walls, they're going to chew on glass, they're going to do what they need to do to solve a problem. So we have a fund. So that's for that ICP. And then the third leg of the stool that we'll be, again, revealing pretty soon is we're effectively building a super app for the internet worker. It has become clear to me that some of the most important inventors of our time are actually the creators, the crypto farmers, the drop shippers, the community managers, the data labelers. This sort of class of internet laborer or internet worker is underserved. And they're all, me included, we're all grinding away on the algorithm for attention. And no one has built the infrastructure and support for the internet worker in a really meaningful way. Like Twitter's doing a little bit, right? TikTok's a little bit here. Facebook, the Facebook empire has built some of that. And so long story short, we are a holding company. We have a few different shots on goal that we're taking. And over the next few years and decades, all we're going to do, build businesses to help ambitious people, deploy capital, help ambitious people. And then the last piece that's totally crazy, and people, think I'm nuts for doing this, is at the holding company level. Half of any and all revenue that we generate, carry from the funds, revenue from the super app, revenue from the commercialization business, half of it goes directly back to our community. And so we had to ask the question, how do I do that? Am I going to be writing checks every day? Am I going to be sending ACHs? Am I going to Western Union? No, I need to get money to the single mom in Ghana and the 14-year-old kid in Bangalore and the MIT grad in Boston. So you got to use a token, the Invent token. It's a unit of account to move financial participation and remuneration in our network around the world. So that's what we're doing, man. Holding company with a rev share component, and we got to build a monster community of ambitious people if we're going to pull that off.
You're doing everything. Holy shit. like it's a very established foundation, but it's like so many things in one go. Yeah. And like, it's very important to start strong as you are, but like, it's, as people say, like slowly then all at once. For Web3, for listeners today, for the audience, like what would be the ideal persona? Or like, I'm sure a lot of people might be doubting, like, I'm not an inventor, or like I'm creative, but maybe not good enough to join the community.
Yeah.
This invent, like getting half of the everything about the revenue sounds incredible, but I think like I love the idea, I love everything you're saying, but like a little bit more clarity for like the audience to
sure.
For them to identify themselves with the process and see them in the whole invention network, I think would be great as well.
Yeah, thanks. And for what it's worth, I'm going to need your help and everyone listening's help to tighten our marketing message, because there's a lot. It took me what, 3 minutes to communicate it to you.
I didn't count, but
yeah. And previously businesses I've started, it's like, here's one sentence, right? Here's one sentence. What we do. And so when hey, we're a holding company. Okay, what do you do? Well, we have a lot. It's kind of like if you asked, you look at some other holding companies like Berkshire Hathaway or a Virgin Globe, like what do they say? They're often quite vague, and so you have to give a lot more context. Look, I believe deeply in crypto as a coordination technology. I've already talked about what the crypto is actually this human subversive urge to build systems to route around power permissionlessly, and it's crazy to me that we have an economic system that does not reward users. We live in something called shareholder capitalism, where value flows to the shareholders, not to the users. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's the wrong paradigm. And I've been trying to figure out what to call this. I think I want to call it contribution capitalism. This idea that users can become owners in the networks. So imagine Spotify. Imagine the more you listen to Spotify, the more you stream, the more Spotify stock you get, or the more revenue share Spotify starts to share with you. Now, we're starting to get little pieces of that, right? Twitter has a creator payouts and TikTok has the creator fund. It's like people just woke up and realized, like, oh, we should pay our users. So the token and the revenue share is not something that we have to do. We can build this holding company. We can generate significant revenue. We can help a lot of people without flowing half of our revenue back. But I believe in our users. I believe that if I can pay a global sales and marketing force, that gets me more value for all of us than if I just deployed that into ads or growth, tactics. So the revenue share piece is really important. And whether you work with us or become a customer, a token holder, I think that's less important than this idea that we should demand that for the platforms and the products that we use, we get to financially participate in their success. And I don't mean like airline points, right? Like you don't get loyalty points. You can't pay your rent with loyalty points. And so that's one big idea I want you to understand. The second idea that I want people to take away is that you are an inventor. And if you're a human, now if there's some AI bots listening or some non-humans listening, maybe you're not an inventor. But if you're a human that's listening, you were born to invent. It's in your DNA. It's how we got here. It's fire. It's language. It's tools. It's figuring out an invention to find your keys or to get your kid on school on time, to take a shortcut. It's solving problems. It's coming together and solving problems. That's all it means to be an inventor. And if you take the tact of like, hey, I'm not an inventor, I'd sit down with you for 5 minutes and show you 10 inventions that you did today. Now, what we have to do is turn the term into something like influencer or streamer or creator. And that's going to take a lot of time. And that's okay, because I've got time.
Yeah. Not that you just wrote your eulogy or anything like that, but you do have time in a way. And if anything happens, just kidding. But yeah, I completely agree with that idea that we're all inventors. I think people don't have it as present as they should, but I do agree that we all are in a way, and probably solving problems and being creative and being more efficient in time management. It's the little things. It's and then scaling into bigger things. Little by little, and I think the Invention Network helps with that energy and giving the tools to build something bigger. You had a video as well on the Invention Network account for competitions and building like real world, solving real world problems. Do you want to talk a little more about that?
I do.
It's huge.
So thanks. That's a perfect segue. So when I tell people, hey, you were born to be an inventor and you can invent, and maybe they have some cognitive dissonance with that idea. Hey, I'm that's not me. I'm too busy raising my family, or I can't make ends meet, or I don't have a lot of money to invent. I don't have a PhD. How the hell am I supposed to do this? And so we banged our head against the wall for such a long time to try to figure out what could a extraordinarily viral campaign look like? What could a tool be to convince hundreds of millions of people around the world, yes, in fact, you were born to invent, you can do this. And so we looked to history, because my favorite thing to do when brainstorming, it's not to go to Claude or ChatGPT and be like, how should I do it? It's to look back in history, because while history doesn't repeat, people do. And guess what people like to do? They like to compete. We are, at the end of the day, monkeys with a dopamine feedback system in our brain, and all we like to do is compete with each other, and it's so rewarding. We see this in long degeneracy and gambling and sports, but it's built in to our DNA as competitions. And it turns out throughout history, prize competitions have been really useful for galvanizing, catalyzing people from all over the world coming out of the woodwork to do things. So you can look up inducement contests on Wikipedia, and there's a whole list of these incredible competitions about young kids and blue collar workers coming in and solving some of the hardest scientific problems of the time, because competition. So we will be launching I'm trying to be careful of how much I want to reveal that we have already said. I'm gonna do it anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna do it anyways. So hired this incredible head of AI, quant, math genius guy, and a few other engineers to build this competitions product, where we're going to post prompts. Sometimes they're hard problems, sometimes they're funny idea. It doesn't matter what the prompt is, but when a user submits an invention or a solution, we can algorithmically break that down, score it, grade it, put you on a leaderboard, and reward you, which will be the first time in history, I believe, that we are invention mining and paying people for their ideas. Now, you can go get paid for your ideas on social media, right? We post on Twitter, we get 1 cent, whatever it is. Like, that is true. But I don't think there has been a meritocratic way that is open to anyone in the world to come in and take their shot, take their swing at a problem with an invention of their own design, their friend's design, what ChatGPT they slop copy and paste it. Like, we are going to close that circuit. We're going to call our shot here and try to build this as a flagship part of the Invention Network. And this is also how I want to distribute tokens, kind of like with the Bitcoin mining. I think about invention mining. Let's get the world's most ambitious people in here who maybe didn't think of themselves as an inventor to have that moment, that realization of, oh my God, I can do this. I just got paid by a network for my ideas, and I contributed to actually solving a problem. I contributed intellectual property and ideas. And so look, it's a big swing we're taking. It's the way we go to market and how to get attention. I need everyone's help here to come on in and do some competitions and submit, and get all your friends to do it. And hopefully we get some viral takeoff in the first half of the year.
Invention mining. I mean, I don't think that's gonna work. People hate leaderboards in Web3. But like,
about tokens? About tokens?
They don't like making money. No, but that's genius. That's incredible. And yeah, I mean, people love to flex against each other, and as well, like I do think that is an issue right now, and not only in Web3, but like people don't believe in themselves that much, or don't have that capacity to think long term that much. They just want the immediate gratification tomorrow, today. Whatever I'm doing, I need to get rewarded immediately, otherwise I won't do it, or like it's a waste of time. I think this goes way beyond that, and in a bigger scale of maybe solving the, I don't know if world hunger, but countries in a creative way, in a solution that maybe wasn't thought of. And what do you think of like so much discussion about, I mean, AI is love, obviously, but like originality and authenticity on people's ideas. So like, how would you combat? No,
I get it.
I was thinking the idea in Spanish, but to like prove like that's their own idea, even though, I mean, in general, creative ideas are connecting ideas, but like, what's your thought on that in general?
Yeah, thanks. So, oh man, so many ways I want to go with this direction. I think this. First of all, I want to say I am not naive to think we will introduce this competitions product and solve world hunger. Right? That is not like that. But that'd be nice. That'd be cool. But what I do want to happen is I want for hundreds of thousands, millions of people around the world to realize for the first time in their career, they can get paid, or their lives, not their career, their lives, that they can get paid for the 20-watt brain that they're lugging around, that everybody on this planet is unique. Everybody is creative. Everyone has a different perspective, and there's value in every single soul and person walking around this planet, and they can contribute, and everyone's going to win in these competitions. So it's not like, hey, the PhD graduate from MIT in the US who knows a lot about, world hunger is going to do well in that competition. That person, they don't know a goddamn thing about food systems in the global South or sub-Saharan Africa. And so I really want to drive home this self-belief. Now, what I don't want to do is I don't want to do it with words. I want to do it with actions, right? And so it's one thing for me to go on a talk and be like, I believe in you. And it's a totally different thing to build a financial system and a financial mechanism that you can prove it to yourself. That's what I want to do. That's how you build agency. That's how you build self-efficacy. And that's how it compounds. So maybe it's not your first competition that you make a dent in our species level problems. Maybe it's the 50th. Maybe it's the 100th, where you finally find the thing that you want to build a company around, you want to devote your life to. So I just want to be clear about that. Now, in terms of the verifiability. So this is why it took us so long from an AI perspective to do this algorithm. So we break it down on novelty, monetizability, impact, and feasibility. And we'll share more about the weights and the math on how we're doing that. And I just got the demo of it from our team last week. It's awesome. It's so awesome. And I know we're going to have people, the vocal minority, who are reverse engineering. That's fine. And the Sybil attackers and that are posting AI slop, that's fine. At the end of the day, if we only get, 10% of the people that come through here realize in their bones that they can be more and do more, and it drives them to be more ambitious, we win. Like, I'm a happy camper. I'll pause there. I was about to go on my soapbox about agency, but I'll pause there.
Oh, good. Yeah. I know you can talk for days about this, which is awesome. I mean, that's what we want. And that's what people love to see. A very passionate head of a team, of a project, of a movement like you guys are building. So, what do you think of like this intersection in a way of like building a super team, or like a tight-knit community of like, I don't know if the word could be geniuses, or like very ambitious, like super dedicated group community versus, I know you mentioned in a few tweets, a global community, like trying to
Yeah.
gather everyone.
Yeah.
So what is your stance more, like which direction would you try to go more in a way of like trying to be as efficient as possible, but also rewarding? And I know you mentioned people making money. So like,
Yeah.
what would be the best case scenario for the network in general?
Cool. I understand. Yeah, thanks. So, this goes back to having different customer types. So if you are the PhD university professor research institution, we've got a product and a community and a user journey just for you. And we'll be announcing that soon. And if you're a founder and you're looking for capital and access, we've got a user journey just for you. And if you're an internet worker, and by the way, when I say internet worker, I need your help. I need your marketing guidance on like what the right term is for this.
Internet work sounds like a slave. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, I need your help. I need your help. Like, what would you call? It's sort of this broader mix of the creator, the farmer, the arbor, the drop shipper, the course creator, the OnlyFans cam girl, like people that are making money on the internet. And I believe so strongly in the potential of that community, because the tenacity and the endurance to like scrap your way to building attention in this algorithmic like hellscape of the internet, and showing up every day and building owning your square inch of the internet and your sort of digital real estate, that's incredible. And that community is totally underserved. They're undervalued. And I want that community to realize that they can and should, and I want to do more. And I want to help them make money. I want to help them make money together. I want to build products and services for them. Everything from, the competitions, which we talked about, to missions to help you know where to go. Should I do a clip? Should I clip on TikTok? Should I data label with Mercor? Should I farm this invention network thing? Like, well, how do you know? How do you know where to go? And where can you find a community of people that are helping you actually translate that into building wealth? Because that group, like if I could just invest in a single person, I would invest in or if I had to invest in a group, I'd invest in Nigeria, in Philippines, in Turkey, in regions of South America, people that are hungry, they're grinding, they're tenacious. I wouldn't invest in the Stanford grad, the American Stanford grad that has the right last name, that grew up on the right street block and went to the right school. Fuck that. The world has enough of that. It's not working out if we haven't realized. What we need to do is advocate and grow this long tail of people that are building wealth on the internet. And so I want that tribe and that community to feel at home with us. So I know that needs an IRL, is it, a real life component. We need digital communities, but mostly I got to help them make money, because when you help people make money, you open doors and you build community. So, okay. I know I'm trying to keep my answers short, but you can tell I'm fired up. You're making me fired up.
No, it's good. I'm loving the energy, obviously. Opening doors. How, I don't know how, I was thinking like maybe like other names of how to call the internet worker, but it's a little bit complicated. But when you were talking, I was thinking like one of the first words I thought was underdog. Like, that the person that has a potential. That has a potential, but it's not recognized or doesn't believe in themselves just yet, but they just need a little push. And it's always the person or the group or the team that everyone likes rooting for. I love the idea. And it's so, it's so unheard of. Like most of the companies or the projects, or mainly the other, like people in general, look the other way, or look like, you don't have the capabilities or the opportunities. So like they just prefer to.
Let's talk about that. Underdog. Let's do
it.
Look, I'm getting free marketing advice. This is great. I should come on more often. So I love that idea. And the question I would have, and I don't know this answer, if that's like a globally understood construct and idea, but let's assume that it is. The underdog, that's where the value is. And so if we're on a purely capitalistic, let's say we're pure capitalists, we didn't care about impact, we didn't care, that would still be the better trade. That's still the better trade, is to go and find that latent talent. opportunity, or what is the quote? Talent is everywhere, opportunity is not. And that's the move. That's the move from a financial place. But more importantly, that's also the move from a moral place, from a moral responsibility. It's to help those that need a hand. And I feel so lucky. I was born in the United States in the 90s, and I had access to a computer when I was in high school. Like, what an incredible genetic gift and lottery that I won. And I don't take that for granted. And I sort of contrast that with, like, today, breaking news from this morning is Andreessen Horowitz raised fucking $15 billion. So today they announced Andreessen just raised $15 billion. I think it was like 18 or 20% of all of the venture capital raised in the year of 2025 went to Andreessen. And their statement is, time to build. And it's time to build. And I agree, like, yes, it is time to build, but hold on. Read the fine print. If you read the fine print is it's time to build for the US. That's like, right, we're building. Yeah.
I mean, great, but damn it.
Right. So it's like, literally, it's like, we're building this for the US to thrive. And look, on one hand, I get it. Like, I live in the US, and yes, please make the US better place to raise my family. I get that. And nationalism is in right now. People have pride, but we don't need to just build the US. We need to build our species, our world, like our planet, like it. And then the next piece of the fine print, right, for Andreessen is, well, what founders are they backing? Stanford grads, MIT grads, people with the right last names, who went to the right schools, who know the right people, who can get into the Andreessen office. And like, I've raised a lot of, my last company, last role, we raised $70 million from Andreessen. I've been in the Andreessen office. I know the team. They're awesome team. Love those guys. But are they thinking about, the early stage 14-year-old founder in Bangalore who's building their first business? No, because they have to now return a $15 billion fund. And then the last fine print, who's financially participating in Andreessen? It's the team at Andreessen, and it's the limited partners that invested. Global institutions, but institutional capital. So, like, what would it look like differently, right? Take a fund, you invest your first check in the most ambitious people in the world, and everyone participates. Hey, that's what we're doing, right? That's the fund that we're trying to build here. It's not going to be $15 billion out of the gate, right? It might be a few million out of the gate, but we're totally inverting some of those power dynamics. Okay, end of my third TED talk on where power lies.
No, I love it. And yeah, just as a whole concept, like giving the spotlight and the opportunity to people that maybe, or most of the times, don't get it. I love that a purpose or mission that the Invention Network has of trying to tap in the potential that there is everywhere. That's awesome. Connecting it a little bit more into the Web3 people, what's the best way, or what are you guys implementing to try to find these people? Or like, how are you opening the gates? Like, how are people getting involved? Like, how that onboarding frictionless process, like, just for also for the people listening that want to get involved.
Maybe I can get some more free marketing coaching.
I'm sure. Yeah.
So look, when we set out on this audacious mission, we realized that here in it was 2025, now in 2026, the ground that we're building on is totally changing. AI is totally reshaping how businesses are built. Right now, anybody can build anything with a Claude Code subscription and a few other AI tools. And so if anybody can build anything, it's not about product, it's about distribution and attention and brand. And so the strongest moat has now gone from what was sort of process power and cornered resources to now brand and distribution. And it's a little inconvenient for me because I've spent the last 10 years getting really good at building product and raising money. And now, like, the cat's out of the bag, genie's out of the bottle. It's like, oh shit, now I got to go do. And I've built all of my social capital and distribution one-on-one, right? So I can call, if you look at my phone contacts, I've got every founder and every investor and their friends, or I'm an investor in their fund. my social capital is deep one-on-one, but it is totally absent one-on-many, right? You follow me on Twitter or heaven forbid LinkedIn, right? Like whatever it is, like I do not have the reach. I don't have the clout. And so what we have to figure out in the next quarter, if we stand a chance at coming out of the blocks here, is we got to figure out how to get attention and distribution. And I think, oh, I'm gonna test my AirPods. Okay, we're good. Let me know if you lose me, and I'll do an AirPod switch. You still got me?
All good. Yeah.
Okay.
No problem.
What we've got to figure out in this first quarter to come out of the gate strong is how to get attention. And so part of the beauty of our flywheel here is we have the token for both price appreciation as well as actual income generation through revenue sharing. But we got to open the gates. And so I need to come to communities like this. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this talk with you today, is to find our first 1,000 true fans that are going to follow us, get their friends to follow us. And when we open up our community, open up our gate, open up our early access period, which is so close, it's coming around the corner, where you'll be able to come in, claim an account on the super app as an underdog, earn your event and start referring. That's what is critical. And so if you can follow us now, hit our email list or me or the company account on social, you'll see in February here the first call to action, which is to be really early and claim your spot. And we'll have some great financial incentives to do that and refer other people. And that's as far as I'll go on like our crazy marketing ideas. I want to keep some of that alpha to ourselves. But we need help.
Yeah,
I need help. I need help doing that. Right. I have some great partners that are beating me up about, you need to write tweets that sound more like this, and you need to write tweets. And on one hand,
like the video that you did, like with my hands, and like I should be sounding like this, and like trying to make the perfect video, trying to make the perfect tweet. Just say, I mean, you always have the main purpose in mind, which was giving the message and like what you guys are building. And I thought you nailed that in the video and with the marketing and everything so far. That's what people care more about, is the story, the journey, the purpose, where is it going, and how can they get rewarded in some cases. But like, the opposite of AI is luck in general. I think you guys are doing a great job coming into these like distribution channels, like with streams, MAs, like showing your face, showing that it's not a robot to like writing your tweets and stuff like that. Like the little things, the human things, like it's as simple as that. But it's the main differentiator these days. But like that's fortunately what will work and like what will make us more human. But I think you guys are doing a great job as well with the idea of the competitions. Main point being, in my opinion, making it accessible, fair, and everyone having a chance, again, connecting it with the underdog. Not just that the big guys can win or the ones that have 100K followers in the Web3 case, but like people with real ideas, with creative solutions. Like everyone has a fair chance to make, I don't know how much money it's going to be, but like a big part of the pot, for example. Like that's how you get literally everyone involved. And it's super fun because everyone has a chance. Maybe not that fun for the influencers that are used to winning and taking the whole pie, but like for the little guy, for the underdog, you get a fair chance to go head to head.
What keeps me really motivated, and there's been a few periods just in the last 6 months where maybe it's Sunday night and I'm thinking about what has to happen the next week or how much attention we still have to get, and I feel like it's called the Sunday Scaries, where it's like, oh shit, like we have so much to do and I got to climb Mount Everest, and I feel that urge. What I remember, what I think about is a future where a few million underdogs just made generational wealth for their families and their friends. What does it look like if you take that single mom in Ghana, the 14-year-old in Bangalore, and they earn a competition, they win a competition. They don't even have to win. They get 100th place, and they're still earning, again, an asset that is both generating income, paying out rewards, and has price appreciation. And what are they going to do? They're going to go and get their communities and their friends and their families excited. They're going to hold on to this asset, right? A lot of people sell. I get that. It's fine. I'm not naive. I'll be on the other side buying it back probably. But what does that look like? I don't know. And that's exciting. Like, what does it look like when maybe it's not just the invention network, but sort of a societal shift happens where businesses start realizing that selling to underdogs is actually a good financial trade, because because their spending power increases over their life. They are tenacious, and they didn't grow up lazy and lucky and entitled. They grew up fighting for their community, fighting for their families. I think you start getting this different type of capitalism, and that's what I'm calling contribution capitalism. And there's a few different companies that are starting to make moves in this direction. I think like Bitcoin was the first one. All you have to contribute is compute, right? Hash power. And
I lost you. I was just gonna say, but was it me?
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. I'll pop in
a little bit more echoey, but I can still hear you.
Yeah, let me pop in some different.
I don't know if you're talking, but I can't hear you. No, not yet. Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. If it's still echoey, let me know. Okay.
Yeah.
And all right.
Business guy. I have 4 AirPods here.
Dude, what? What are you doing?
I spend all day talking to our customers, talking to investors. This is what I do. And the AirPods, the battery length is not. We'll put a competition up for longer. But look, what I was saying is this contribution capitalism is. And again, I'm open and ready for your marketing. You've already given me some great, but whatever you want to call that, it's where users become owners, and it's totally revolutionary. And I need everybody's help here. If you liked what you heard, or if there was even one thing you liked what you heard, come and help us, follow us, help me shape this message, help me find the right people. Right? Who are the ambitious people in your life that need to hear this, that we can go and help? Tell your friends. We're coming. We're launching. It's happening in the next few weeks, and we're just going to slowly start ramping up our marketing and before that, early access. Oh yeah, here's some of the people that have already decided to come along.
Yeah. Wait, real quick. I wanted to highlight one point that you said, and then go into this. That you said maybe a person, regardless of where they're living, but maybe they don't have the correct or the right opportunities or financial stability. Like they get into 100 place and they win, I don't know, $100 or $200. Yeah. That could be more than what they make in a month. You know, like the difference the Invention Network could make is massive by just giving that fairness and that equal chance to everyone to give their ideas and to give solutions to real world problems. So a huge opportunity for the underdogs and pretty much everyone, regardless of their network or their big following or not. And then, I mean, there's steps to that. Like if they win and they're 100 place and they win a little bit, or for them could be a lot. It's this, it creates loyalty and then hope. And then, you know, it steps to a bigger thing of like, I breathe you guys. I believe in you guys, and into a bigger dream, right? So
thanks, man. It's so hard. It's so hard to it was for me, and maybe it is for some of your listeners, to think really long term. And part of what you have to believe in not just contribution capitalism or the Invention Network, but it's about the underdog, and you've got to believe. And look, the odds are against the underdog. You go on Kalshi, go on Polymarket, and you bet the other way. It's fucking scary. It's hard.
Yeah.
And you know what we're betting here is that whether it's through the competitions or missions or people just buying the token, is that they're going to be in early enough. And if you hold on long enough, I'm going to spend the rest of my career building this business. And you know, I've been fortunate. We built I was the CTO of a $5 billion miner, and Eigen, I think we hit 7 billion. And you know, that was great warm-ups, but like this for me, like this is like 50 billion, 100 billion, like go the distance, build this for extreme scale. And so the market's not going to understand how to price this thing. The market's going to think I'm crazy, right? The people aren't going to understand. But what's going to happen is we're going to have all of these underdogs that are going to have gotten in early, just like Bitcoin miners did, just like ETH did. And if they hold, right, and they stick around, it's going to be generational. But then I need those people. Guess what? I need those people to then give back. I need them to help market our new products and services. I want to fund them to help start their new companies. And that flywheel really, really spins. And that's why crypto is such an incredible coordination technology. As it, you know, share the wealth. Share the wealth. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Share the wealth. No, man, love it. Love everything you guys are building. So excited. And yeah, I wanted to touch on this real quick on the, I mean, amongst many others that already trust you and believe in the idea and what you guys are building. Do you want to go real quick over this? I mean, we saw OpenSea, the Influencer. Agent Labs, like Circle.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
How was the seed round and just the process in general? Do you want to mention a little bit?
Sure. Everybody that's on that list has either, you know, been an investor in me in multiple previous companies, or is a close friend, or you know, I've worked with them. So Breyer, famously Jim Breyer, incredible investor, early investor in Facebook, has built perhaps one of the best performing venture fund as well as family office. And his son Ted is really involved with the company. He's invested in a few of my other businesses. I'm so proud to have worked with them. You know, I've got first name up there is Jerry Yang. He's the founder, the inventor of Yahoo, right? If you think about the internet, before anybody knew how to traverse and explore the internet, Jerry had to figure out. We talk about internet workers. He was the original internet worker, right? He built the foundation. So it was sort of a no-brainer of like, hey, who do I want to go and raise from? Well, I want to be the front page for you know, the internet here, internet workers. Why don't I go get Jerry? And I don't have time to go through everybody on here, but you know, I just made a list of who are the people that inspire me, that I want to work for the rest of my career. And I did this test called the airplane test, which is who do I want to, if I'm flying around the world, who do I want to sit in the airline next to, you know, for the whole flight, and I'm going to learn from them. And who would I want my kids to, you know, hang out with, and all that stuff. So, you know, the seed round was pretty wild. I think we had, you know, 25 million and over commits, but I didn't want to raise a lot of money. I don't want to be seen as one of these overvalued crypto projects that just are here to pump FTV, get listed on Binance, and move on. I want to build this with the community, and so I've got to stack the valuations. So we'll likely do another probably community financing or community round in the months to come, where I give the underdogs the same shot as any new investors that are coming in. The only reason we didn't do underdog first financing is we didn't have any distribution, and I needed to pay some people. I needed some cash to hire some people to come in and help me get this off the ground.
To fund the founder as well. Oh man, I like you just mentioned your top 3 inventors, I think. Yeah, like I just remember I wanted to ask you about the books as well. Like I noticed you read a lot, and I have a million questions, and we've hit the hour. I don't know how, but like it's the hour now. So like, God damn it. Anyways, maybe we run it back another time. Alan, it's been a pleasure. Any last thoughts?
Look, comments? I'll come back anytime. This was a lot of fun. I find your energy really infectious and inspiring. I want to help you. I want to help you, whatever you, and anybody that's in the community that if you had questions, we didn't get them, my DMs are always open. And anybody that's in Blue Tigers community is a friend of mine now, and I'm here to help. So send it my way, and help us build this attention machine, and give us a follow. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate
Incredible, man. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. To everyone in the comments, there was quite a few, so shout out to everyone there. Alan, thanks again. It's been an honor, and we'll run it back for sure. Follow them on socials, and yeah, we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks.
Thank you. All right. See you later. Bye. Bye.